Hey, welcome back to the Chevy Speed Shop. So today we're gonna be doing some riveting stuff. I think we should pull the head off the 2.3 since we got it out of the car, and we should try to port it. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never did that before. I put a head gasket on it once, but you know, I never tried to port a cylinder head. So we could very well screw this up. That's okay. You gotta learn somehow, right? let's just jump on in there and hope we don't spill the Pepsi and, you know, yep. Okay. What are you doing? That valve cover gasket still looks good. I'll probably reuse that, honestly. That looks fine. I put that in there probably 15 years ago. You may have noticed my high quality t-shirt. I'm working on those. Once I acquire some different methods of making the stencil so it doesn't have a stupid outline that I don't know if you can see from over there. I'm gonna start making some t-shirts. I just thought this was hilarious. I was like maybe 18, 19 when I put this car together, this motor together. Look at that. That's a mac and cheese box that I used as a gasket, and look at the amount of silicone in there. The things you do when you're a broke kid, I am really surprised that thermostat flowed at all. How did this car never have overheating issues? Look at that. My genius knows no bounds. Holy shit. That's a lot of stuff to clean up. Maybe we'll just use Ricky's clearance stick.
Glad I have my helmet on.
That worked so well. That was super efficient. I definitely didn't just clean that off. All right, aside from the fact that this thing weighs an absolute metric ton, I think the head gasket was hurt. I mean, I know I bent it pulling it out, but like I didn't bend this spot and the metal inlay is coming apart there. So I think if we didn't do this, we would have had a problem. That dowel can stay there. That'll help us go back on. Yep, so we'll get these head bolts fished out of here now. Look at that, just carbon buildup. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that we were leaking compression in this area because here's a spot there. Maybe I should turn it so you guys can actually see it. But like, you can see this spot right here. I think the gasket was lifted because look at that right there. That's no bueno. I mean, everything else looks pretty good. I don't see any signs of like coolant intrusion. Everything looks pretty normal in there, but I think we were leaking compression past there. But the point of today's exercise, we're gonna clean all these chambers up. So I'm probably gonna end up pulling the valves out of this, and it's probably gonna take me longer than today, so that all blows wieners, but that's okay. We're gonna learn on this together, because there's really not a whole lot of videos out there, and I don't know how many of you even actually care about this, but you know, I'll make it short and sweet and fun. Yeah, so we're just gonna clean up the combustion chamber here, and then once we have the valves out, I can show you inside the head and what we're aiming for here so we have more, you know, clean airflow and shiz. Jeebus. I wonder if people struggle to make friggin' fast passes with these things. They're heavy. This is like a slider cam. Mine's not currently tore up, but these cams could get more lift to them, and this could be a roller, and that frees things up. So yeah, that's good news that it's not tore up, but we'll use it for now. Spent over an hour looking for my pickle fork. Ended up going to buy a couple because, you know, I didn't know what size I was going to need. This one came out super easily. You just basically put it in here and push down on the cam and just release the pressure off the valve spring. So that worked out pretty well. Now these other ones, I don't really know how I'm going to do it because, oh, all right, well, I guess that works. This is a pain in the butt. Why wouldn't they just make it so these caps come off? That would make way more sense. Anyways, I'm gonna get this out of here. You don't need to watch all that. I'm sure you wouldn't anyways. Golly, this makes me really just want to like replace this cam while it's out and just delay this reinstallation of this thing. Because this is stupid. I don't want to have to do this a second time. Maybe we'll do a cam before we do friggin' intake manifold, because the intake I really could do simply. At this point, I'm gonna move some stuff around. I'm gonna clean it up in here a little bit. I'm gonna think really hard and long about just doing a cam now and roller rockers now. These sliders are in okay shape, but everybody knows that roller rockers just work better, so. Well, it's kind of hard to show you guys on camera. These, like, there's a lot of spots for improvement. This one has a lot of carbon buildup. Valves are all good, so I'm gonna reuse those, but I don't know, maybe I can zoom in later. There's a lot of like notchy shit in here where air is getting trapped. Like, look at that intake valve right there. That's basically what we're here for. We're gonna smooth all this up, try to get some free power out of her. And yeah, valves are all in good shape here. I'm gonna replace the springs. I'm just gonna do a cam. I just went ahead and ordered it. Huge thank you to Big R Motorsports. That dude was actually emailing me back today on a Sunday, letting me know what I should do while I'm in here and blah, 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 blah. Huge shout out to that guy, man. Not sponsored or anything, but he's willing to help somebody on a Sunday. Like, that's a straight up dude right there. I wasn't expecting to email back until like tomorrow or Tuesday or something. So Big R Motorsports, remember them. I'm gonna put them up on screen here, show a little bit of their website. Like, look at all this stuff as I'm scrolling through. Like, there's so many good 2-3 parts out there still. So we got some stuff coming from him. And then he recommended Racer Walsh springs, drop-in springs. So I'm not doing a super aggressive cam in this. That's why we're staying stock valves and stuff like that right now. I don't want to send this to a machine shop. It's not gonna get that much better than what I'm gonna do here. So yeah, we're gonna start doing some porting on these guys, just some light work, just cleaning them up basically, just making them flow gooder. That's it. That's the name of the game. Jeffy's Speed Shop for cheap. Jeffy's Cheap Speed Shop. Jeffy's Messy Cheap Speed. I don't know. Whatever. We'll make a shirt about it. Check his shirt out. Yep. All right, so intake and exhaust are both done on all 4 holes now. 4 cylinders, I guess I should say, not holes. A lot better. Yes, they look a little rough right now, if you can tell. I'm gonna smooth all that out and polish it all up, but right now it is 10 million times better than when we started. If anybody tells you that porting your head at home and or intake is easy and fun, they absolutely lied to you. It is messy, there's metal everywhere. I'm gonna have to like clean everything. It looks like I was sandblasting in here basically. I mean, free horsepower, sure. It's only taken me probably 2.5 hours to clean everything up. Now, mind you, this is not like an excessive port job. This is cleaning everything up, smoothing it all out so that way it flows way more gooder. We'll probably still honestly gain 5 to 10 horsepower from this on top of the bigger cam and everything else. So, I mean, this is worth it to me. I'm not trying to go crazy. I may have nicked my valve seats in a few spots here, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure we can get that cleaned up. So worst case, gotta take it to the machine shop, get them recut, reground. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, so waiting on some stuff to come in. Next day or two, we will be back at it, and then we're gonna get all this stuff cleaned up and going back together, and then we'll get that back in the car, because I think I already made my decision. I think I already said it. I ordered the cam and everything that I needed for that, so we're gonna have to wait a couple weeks before we can order the intake. The intake's easy to change on the car. It's not that hard. I really, at this point, just want to get this done, get the cam in it, because I really didn't realize how much work it was to get that cam in and out of there. Like, it's not a very fun time. So yeah, we're gonna get all this cleaned up. Maybe I'll take it to work and throw it in the parts washer. But that's it for tonight. I'm gonna go do other things besides grind metal. Probably shower. Probably shower. Oh, wonder what kind of soap I'm gonna use.
All right, you boys can go to lunch now. Thank you.
No more breaking the law.
Oh, hello. Well, as the story goes, waiting on parts. Friggin' way she goes, boys. So we might as well put the 3/4 of a drivetrain in her, you know, give us some motivation to keep going and stuff. All right, it's definitely not high enough. That's okay. We can fix that. Oh yeah, remember that part where I said it wasn't high enough, and then I just crammed it into the fresh paint, anyways. It's fine. Don't touch the tree. I'm too short for this. I need tall friends again. All right, what did we frig up here? Oh, we're hitting the starter. What if we just go a smidge back more? Probably break the starter more. Yep. Pea cooling everywhere I want to lay. Okay. This is going good, guys. Doing fine. Hanging motors by yourself is easy, remember that. So let's scratch something else. Hope you and Barb enjoy your frig dancing. How's it looking up there? I can't see nothing. Oh yeah. We're basically almost there, eh? Oh. Okay. Well, now what? This isn't full weight because we're missing some stuff if you can't tell. Let's see how she sits with these Amazon springs. Ah! That's not bad. Yeah! Yeah! It's got a motor and transmission again. It's basically a turbo coupe now, you know, it just needs some other stuff. Maybe I'll leave the 5.0 badges on it. Next order of business, clean these up with some sushi rolls, and then install a spicy hot dog right in there, and then reinstall the valves. But with new springs. Been several days, sorry. USPS lost some stuff, and then, well, they actually delivered to the wrong house. Anyways, head's ported, new valve stem seals in, valves are cleaned up, lapped. We have the Racer Walsh springs that we were talking about with steel retainers. We have the spicy hot dog from Big R Motorsports. I will list the part numbers in the description so that way you guys know what I used in case you decide to build a 2.3 as well. Cam's pretty sweet. I don't know if you can read that. Definitely better than stock. 190 at 50 duration, LCA of 111, and then 450 lift. So I mean, compared to stock, it's a pretty good cam. You know, maybe it'll do a little womp womp. I don't know. So I suppose let's just struggle getting the springs back in. Okay. We're done. Installed. I got blood on that. Don't cheap out when you get a valve spring compressor tool. I did, and I regret it. This thing is a big pile of poos. It's like the guy cleaning up elephant shit. Nobody wants to be the elephant shit shoveler guy. These are a really weird retainer. I don't know if it'll focus on that. You see how it's ribbed for her pleasure? These are a bear to get out of there, dude. Got our crappy valve spring tool in here, compressor tool. I had to do the wrong thing, and basically I have a rag and a washer on the other side so we can you know, pull it down far enough. Like I said, these are weird little retainer locks. Kind of afraid I'm gonna lose an eyeball or something using this piece of crap. I don't know if you can even tell what's going on here. So basically we got this all the way down so you can get the McRib in here, you know, and there we are. Get all that out of there. Give her a nice little tappy tap and bringo.
Bringo.
That's all it takes. So I'm gonna do this 6 more times and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, Big R Motorsports, spicy hot dog. Little cardboard on it, ain't gonna hurt nobody. We're gonna change it oil pretty quickly. So now we just need to make this go in there with lots of lube. In my opinion, you cannot over lube your cam, so go ahead and be a douche with it. Be a douche with that juice, baby. That's what's up. Scotty P, you know what I'm saying? Oh God, catastrophe. Spicy hot dog installed. In my opinion, the hardest part here is gonna be to get these guys in there. We're converting to roller rockers from the sliders that I showed you earlier in the video. These are used, but they're in premium condition and they're all checked to make sure they're not fucked. This part goes on the lifter and this part goes on the valve spring, so we'll make sure we lube these guys up real nice too. Don't forget, assembly lube is like your best friend when you're doing engine work like this, so you know, go ahead, be a douche with this juice, baby. Just douche it up. Wow, will you look at that beauty, boys and girls. 10 out of 10. I recommend to get the tool from Stinger Dash Performance. Big R might even sell it. Both those guys, huge help. Racer Walsh for the springs. Whew, baby, steel retainers, hell yeah. It's all in there. I probably should have done lifters while I was in here, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. When it was running 2 years ago, they were fine. They're fine. I don't want to talk about how I got these roller rockers in here. We'll just, let's put the head on before we go in for dinner. This is the head gasket I was using before. You know, ignore where it blowed out between 3 and 4. That was my fault. She was nuclear hot one night doing burnouts. That's not on Felpro, that's on Jeffy. What the hell? At any rate, this is 8993 PT-1, in case anybody cares. All right, try this again here. Okay, we got it. Didn't damage the gasket. I think next time, I'm gonna put the head back on the motor before I sink it all in the car. I'm getting too old for this kind of stuff. I did the age-old trick where you give her a slit and then you clean the threads out with it, because you know I didn't have a tap. That's cool. They clean. We're just gonna start them all by hand here, make sure they're threading in. Now we're gonna make sure we torque them to spec here. All right, and now there's absolutely no reason to check those with the torque wrench because that's perfect. That's definitely the rated foot poundage. All right. Yeah, we made some really good progress here. Got the cam in, the springs, heads ported, roller rockers. We'll continue on tomorrow after work. And we're gonna have this baby back together tomorrow after work. I'm not gonna say running because that's ambitious. I still got a lot to do before that, but we're almost there. Oh, we're basically there. Okay, I'm not gonna go through this whole process of showing you how I did this because I do everything the wrong way. But this is what we're gonna suffice here. The little pointer on your oil pump / distributor gear doesn't really matter. Just make sure that the rotor button is pointing at number 1. See, your cap says number 1 because you always use Motorcraft on Turbo 2.3s. And you line it up, and that's this guy here, where my finger is, and bam-o, there it is, number 1. Okay, super simple, right? Number 2, if you don't have these little guys right here from your leftover pile of trash timing cover from the internal side, you basically just take your dipstick, and you make sure that this line is centered with this bolt right here. So, right there, super easy, okay, guys? Follow me here, follow me here. And then there's this little notch down here. See this little arrow right there? Hope that focuses a little gooder. That just goes right to that guy. That little poopy notch right there, okay? It has this big stupid retainer on there. And can you see that little gouge in that? Yeah, well see, that would be fine to use, except, oh man, 30-something-year-old part just wobbling around. Yeah, all right, so anyways, you got this little arrow here. The keyway is straight up. This guy doesn't really matter. Just make sure that's at number 1. This guy right in between those notches, or just, you know, centered to that guy. Just, that's it. It's how easy it is to time a 2-3. Okay, don't overcomplicate it. Now look, 1 is off the stroke, and the pistons are all the way up, like they just, you know, opened and closed. Same with number 4, pistons all the way up. They're just doing those things there. Okay, it's that easy. Don't ever think it, guys. It's that easy. Yeah, so I'm gonna plug a couple more things in here. Maybe go eat some dinner. I don't know. Only time will tell. Okay, so like I said, everything's in time. We got this guy back on. We're just gonna give her a nice little roll, make sure everything's okay in here. And look at that. We're still where we want to be. Everything looks good. Everything rolled nice and easy. Let's do it again. Let's do it one more time. Look at that. Right back where we started. Okay? It's easy as that, guys. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now we can start putting other garbage back together, eh? Oh. This valve cover gasket is pretty minty. Didn't leak. Sure, it's 15 years old, but I don't see nothing wrong with it, so I ain't scared of it. And I don't want to spend $14 million putting this thing back together, so I ain't gonna. If it leaks, I mean, I gotta pull it off to do a hot retorque on the, head bolts anyways, so no big deal. Valve cover's nice and minty fresh from our super clean wash. Sure, look at that, brand used. Now, I really don't know the torque spec on these, but we're just gonna use the German one of Gudentite. eBay turbo header on. Thermostat housing from Butthole Zone with a 160 failsafe in it on. Timing belt that I probably should replace, but it looks just fine and it's still pretty rubbery on. But you know what I didn't put on? Is the lower intake, because even though I'm replacing it soon, it looks like absolute dog poop. Let's just look at it. Let's get in there, just get you a glimpse. Let's just look at that. It looks like dog doo-doo. And I'm out of daylight, and it's been a couple weeks, so maybe I should just put this video out. Oh God, the shop's atrocious. Sorry guys, I've been busy as shite. At any rate, engine's in, it's bolted down, same with the transmission. Turbo header's on. I'm not gonna put the turbo on just yet. I wanna start it once we get everything done, and blow anything that would have been left over that I didn't get cleaned out of the cylinder head out the exhaust before it goes into the turbo. I know it's a cheap Chinese turbo, but I'm not trying to spend $1 million on it. Duh. Stupid. I slobbered on myself just saying that. The upper and lower intake, I'm gonna end up going with a Stinger-Performance.com gutted and ported upper and lower. I just feel like that'd be better suited since we now have a Portod cylinder head and a Big R Motorsports Ranger X cam and roller rockers. And then, big center mount turbo over here. I just feel like that's a better idea. For right now, it's not in the cards. It's another $400. I accidentally just spent $700-ish on the cam, roller rockers, and shims, and something else. I don't remember what the fudge it was. At any rate, yeah, Berlin. We still have a lot to go on this car. So yeah, I don't want to take up a lot of time on this one. I'm gonna just kind of try to keep them short, but like every couple weeks. That way it keeps you guys' attention to it. But I'm not trying to drag it out forever. You know what I mean? Like Ron Burgundy over there, messy turd. Anyway, why do I keep saying that lately? That's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna go away now. I'll be back soon. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Remember, Jeffy Speed Shop hats definitely available. Jeffy Speed Shop stickers are definitely available. Working on shirts. This isn't my shirt, but I'm working on shirts. I just, gotta hook up myself with a Cricut. Somebody said they won't give me. Yeah. So I like Crickets for free and cheap, not $300. We still got a lot to go, but the cage is in, the motor's in, trans is in. Woo! We're getting there. We're getting there. See you next time on Jeffy Speed Shop.